it came on, and all the girls started screaming, so I couldn't really hear them. But it was amazing with listening to Daybeat.
Well, I mean, I kiss both of them, you know, but I mean, it's D-Boyd. He's got like those eyes, you know.
But I have a red heart around Billy because he's so hot. I'm here for Daybeat. I love Daybeat. They're like my world. I love them. They're so good. Daybeat, duh. Like they're so like their lyrics mean so much.
You know, I want D-Boyd to marry me. I want him to be my husband. I want to live with him and make babies forever.
Daybeat, like day and beat. Love them, especially since the ladies love them.
Yes, I've been here since like 6 o'clock this morning. I've been sleeping on the ground with no pillow. I've been so good because all I want to do is Daybeat.
When I first heard Daybeat,
Before I heard Daybeat, I was just a girl. But now I'm like a woman.
I remember the first time those boys came into my office. I mean, I'd heard their demo. I liked what I heard. Liked it a lot. But when they first walked through that door, it was just kind of like, you know, it was just one of those moments. Like I was witnessing the birth of the little baby Jesus or something. I mean, and they're just standing there, of course, like, hi, my name's Billy, and this is my brother, D. And I just said, I like it, boys. Have a seat. Sit down, just relax. What we're gonna do, drop an atomic bomb on the world of pop music. And it ain't never gonna be the same.
It's like most people try and figure out what it's like getting to the top. But we just kind of showed up there.
We are Daybeat. You're barking up the wrong tree. Daybeat is fresh off the street. We are Daybeat. Don't wanna know about your problems with me. We are Daybeat. We are Daybeat. We are Daybeat.
William and Dallas Boyd couldn't have sprung from more humble beginnings. Born fraternal twins on May 2nd, 1972. They were the first children of Thomas and Lydia Boyd. Thomas, a steelworker, and Lydia, who split her time between raising the boys and bringing in extra money for the family through a series of part-time jobs. When a little sister arrived shortly after the boys' 4th birthday, their father joked that he reckoned Billy and Dee were old enough to start fending for themselves. And whether or not either brother heard their father's comment, it's a sentiment they seemed to take to heart. They learned early on that working as a team was the only way they were going to get anything in life. And when at age 7, Billy saw his first guitar for the first time and began obsessing over the instrument, it was Dee who hatched a plan for getting one for his brother. Dee had already begun memorizing pop songs off of the radio, and he sang them to himself almost day and night. At his request, Billy easily learned the backup parts to a few of his favorite numbers, and as second graders, they started their first paying gig, singing for quarters after school at the laundromat where their mother worked. The act was a hit, by all accounts, but when the brothers began to take home more pay from the laundromat than their mother, Lydia and her husband didn't fail to notice the potential in this new hobby of their sons. And although other kids at school may have teased Billy and Dee, when a local TV station decided to do a story on the pint-sized musicians, the Boyds became some of the most popular second graders in the city. Dee and Billy ate the attention up hungrily, continuing to steal whatever show there was to steal, dreaming up new ways to be in the spotlight as they got older. And as the saying goes, they never looked back.
Well, there's no doubt that Dee and Billy Boyd were just kind of born to be in front of the camera. Born to be America's little sweethearts. I mean, I don't think anything could have stopped them from that. They had musical talent, but when you get as far as they got in this game, it's usually not just about music. I mean, they were a photographer's dream. Most artists, you take them out to a photo shoot, and they just turn crabby. You know, they're talking about how my makeup is itchy, my clothes don't fit. And then you gotta show them where to stand and, you know, tell them not to stare into the camera and look natural. Well, there was never anything like that to worry about with Billy and Dee. You just put them in front of any background you wanted, shot them however you wanted. And that's not something you can teach, that's not something you can manufacture. That's why it's impossible to say if another Daybeat is going to come along. It's my job to find it if it does, but I can tell you this. I have no control over whether or not there is another Daybeat out there to be found. That's up to the forces of nature, right? I mean, Isaac Newton may have discovered gravity, but he sure as hell didn't invent it.
Daybeat. Hey, what's up?
Hey, you guys are climbing through the charts, man. You guys are pretty successful. What's going on? Any insight to how you're doing it?
Just one day at a time. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. Any ideas of where the band might be going? New songs?
Well, our producer Kenny, he's always got something in the works for us, you know.
And Donnie too, our agent, you probably know more about it right now.
How's it feel to be so famous so quick?
Sometimes it's busy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in an airplane half the time.
Sometimes.
Any plans in the future?
I don't know.
Sure.
Probably.
That was April of 1991, and whether Dee knew it or not, the future had some rather incredible things in store for he and his brother. By July of the same year, Daybeat's first #1 single had become a juggernaut at the top of the charts. Not only had We Are Daybeat become untouchable as the #1 pop song in the nation, but as they began their summer tour, Daybeat fever began to cross musical genres like nothing ever had. By the end of 1991, Daybeat had topped the charts in every single major category. Country, R&B, rap, hard rock, easy listening, jazz, classical. Daybeat owned them all. It was a phenomenon unlike anything in the industry's history. And it was a feat that had everyone wondering where the dynamic brothers from Toledo, Ohio were going to take the record business next. It was amidst this success that the brothers of Daybeat began to grow up fast. 1992 held opportunities for Dee and Billy that no one could have predicted. Their fans wanted another tour, their agent was fending off requests for a Daybeat movie, and Billy and Dee decided it was time to give the world what it needed: another single. Their second release hit stores like a tornado. Its title, Club Star, spoke of Daybeat's experience with the industry's darker side since coming on the scene in '91. The sound, as well, was a newer, more mature Daybeat. It moved away from the pure, feel-good pop of their first release and showed the world they were no one-hit wonder. Club Star debuted at #1 on the charts, proving to be the only song capable of bumping We Are Daybeat to #2.
Daybeat! Daybeat!
The year they released their second #1 hit, Club Star, was the easiest year for me ever at Sweet Pea. I mean, I didn't even have to think about who would make the cover. The question was, where's the best shot of Daybeat? I mean, they completely changed the rules of the game. It was that big, like TV or the Industrial Revolution. So yeah, we hyped them. They were the hype. And it's not like they couldn't back it up. I mean, Club Star? Who else could deserve that cover?
For this film, Dee Boyd has granted us the exclusive privilege of visiting him in his studio. Since the early 90s, Dee has kept a low profile. His public appearances are rare, and he hasn't released an album since the split with his brother in 1993. He says he is currently at work on a record, though, and we look forward to catching up with him to see what his new music sounds like. And of course, to search for some clue to the mystery of what broke up the most successful recording duo in history. So Dallas, tell me about the summer of 1991. Your first single debuts at number 6 on the pop charts and climbs to number 1 by the next week. And then it stays number 1 for a record 39 weeks. I mean, it's your first single released into the mainstream, and overnight you're gods. What the hell did that feel like?
1991. It was a good year. I had cars, I had girls, I had parties. Endless. You know, sometimes I felt I'd soar forever.
And how did your brother handle the fame? Billy Boyd has been equally reclusive in recent years, his life somewhat shrouded in mystery. So we were ecstatic when he finally responded to our request for an interview and invited us to come to his home in Toledo. Billy, let me just say, first of all, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. I mean, I don't know, I guess, can we just hear about what you're up to these days? Or what does a day in your life look like?
Honestly, it's no problem having you come around and ask me a couple questions. It's been a long time since someone's approached me with this curiosity. But a day in my life, just kind of do what I do. I go where I go.
Are you making any music?
Well, I mean, music is everywhere, isn't it? I mean, music's all around me. I hear children singing in the streets, and I hear birds chirping in the trees, and sometimes I try and chirp a song back at them.
So you're just making music for yourself?
I guess you could call it that.
I have to ask you, do you ever put on any of those old records from the 90s?
Now, you know, I've heard those things once or twice. I mean, I was there for the birthing of those creations. They came on like a storm, and we were just, you know, like an airplane in the sky. And, you know, I saw the magic of it all, the lightning bolts and the thunderous roars.
And you never really feel the need to go back and hear that again?
No, I don't. I mean, you heard it once, you heard it 1,000 times, right?
I mean, of course, people realized that the release of Daybeat's second single was going to be a major event. But I don't think anybody could have foreseen the effect that one song would have. And yeah, at that time, Dee and Billy, they were flying pretty high, pretty hard. And of course, people naturally want to portray the story of Daybeat as the quintessential rise to fame and fortune, and then just crash into scandal and depravity. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't make some of the same mistakes that a lot of people make, and I'm not saying that they didn't frighten me sometimes during that era. I mean, because I cared about them, but it's just so hard to watch what this industry can do to a couple of boys.
The beat goes up and the lights go down. Sick clubbing when the hooks go round, like a strobe light shadow or a glow light glow. My hips swing low. Hooky, wookie, dance on rookie. Sweat tastes sweeter than a goddamn cookie. But tell me, girl, do you got what it takes? I'll dance with you, baby, all night long. Club start till daylight. I'll find the dawn. My hot moves make the world go round. Burning the dance floor down, cause I kicked up smoke shining in the black light. Sick moves rolling tight. Honk honk boop boop, honey honey toot toot. I'm gonna show you what your booty can do. I'm gonna dance with your booty and you. Get free, that's right. All night.
we keep this up? Tell him, Dallas. I don't know.
Forever, man. I can't see myself doing anything else but soaring.
You're right.
They ain't never gonna go down, these boys ever.
Throughout Daybeat's soaring rise to the music industry's highest throne, the one link to their past they made sure never to lose was the love of their baby sister. Billy and Dee made visits to Sissy's home at least once a month and flew her to their concerts around the world. When tragedy struck the Boyd family, its impact was devastating on the brothers. On June 16, 1993, Sissy Boyd was arrested and put in a maximum security prison for first-degree murder. The details surrounding the crime remain unclear to this day, but this much is known. At an after-hours party on the night in question, Sissy Boyd, unable to stop a fight between her two brothers, broke an innocent bystander's neck out of frustration.
Yeah, Sissy Boyd's arrest was terrible. It was like the worst thing in the world, happening at the worst time. That definitely didn't break them up, though. I mean, they wanted to keep on going for her sake, if for anything. Dee did take it pretty hard. Took a lot of it on himself. Sent him to a really dark place.
Mr. Boyd? All of our attempts at contacting Dee for a comment on his sister or on the band's breakup went unanswered. His brother Billy, however, did agree to a follow-up interview.
How's it going?
Well, I'm not going to take up too much of your time today, Mr. Boyd. I just wanted to ask a couple of follow-up questions.
Not a problem. What do you want to know?
Well, of course, we kind of wanted to get down to discussing the incidents surrounding the actual breakup with your brother back in 1993. I mean, I know that's going to be kind of a sensitive subject. We don't have to talk about it in depth so much.
I don't want to talk about it at all, man. I don't know why you're asking me about that, but I really have nothing to say about that right now.
According to Dallas, the two of you parted ways due to creative differences, almost mutually. How would you characterize your breakup?
Well, I'd start by saying that that's fucking bullshit, and you should maybe consider asking him a question concerning a house fire in 1993.